All right, this is Team LT training on Canva and Hootsuite. Obviously 15 minutes is very, very quick, and I know we just went through that last topic quickly. I'm going to just scratch the surface of these, but I at least want you guys to see them, and then you can reach out and we can go further. Okay, let me share my screen with you. And then I am going to start with.
Okay, not that you guys care, but I'm going to run and make my shake, and I'll come back.
Okay.
That's what
we care, Kendra. We care.
You don't, but it's totally cool.
Okay, so I'm going to go to Canva, and I have that already saved on my favorites. Okay, it's Canva, like Canvas without the S. This is one of my favorite sites, and actually I was tipped off to this by a friend who was doing a lot of work for like John Maxwell and some really significant leaders, and he said, I use Canva all the time and it's free. Most of it is free, and so it's a really great resource. So I'm going to click there. I use this to create all of our banners for Facebook groups, for our free groups. You can do Facebook posts. I do my posts, I create my pictures in here for my blog. I use this for almost everything. So what you're going to do is you're going to come in here and you're going to find, okay, I'm going to create a design. So let me see if I can, let's see, you guys are on my screen, but so Facebook posts, social media, this is like Instagram shape. You can see the shapes are a little different by different social media. And then what I typically do for creating, I'm just going to show you guys how I create a banner. I'm going to do a real rough one here. Down here, social media and email headers. Here's a Facebook event cover. And here, where is the Facebook? Facebook cover, okay? So if you select that, it is going to actually give you the exact dimensions that you need when you create a Facebook cover. And so that's going to go fit directly onto your banner on your website. And so you're not having to make a square peg fit in a round hole. It's actually going to be the exact right shape that you want. So there's a couple of options here. You can use their free backgrounds. So you can go through and see all the different backgrounds they have. Know that if you select any of these, you can modify the writing. Obviously, their writing is not going to be your writing. And so this is a tool if you say, oh, I like this lemon group, this page. This would be great for my clean eating group or something. You could use this background and then just simply go in and change the wording. That's one way to do it. What I typically do is I create mine out from scratch. And so I don't pick their layout. I go to, I just use this background. I go to upload if I want to add my own picture. At this point, I can go to upload images. I'm going to show you what that does. It's going to take me to my own computer, to my own images. And say I want to use this picture from my own computer. I'm going to choose that. Okay, it's loading it here. And then I'm going to select that, and it's going to go right onto my banner. And this is Kim. This reminds me of you, this verse. It's a great verse. And then you can, from there, you can move it, you can shape it, you can do whatever you want with it. You just move it around. And then I would say, okay, now I don't like that on the white background. I want to use a black background. So now that's filled in the whole screen. Okay, what am I doing? And there's all these other backgrounds. You can use any of their free ones. You can use any of the paid ones. I just don't feel like paying for $1 for something if there's all these free options. So I typically don't. I don't think I've ever paid for anything on this site. I've always used what's free. So then I would go to text. I'm going to create a new challenge group for our team. Okay, so I've selected that. I go in and I say, let's go to the end of that. Why is it not letting me why am I not in there? My CPU usage is affecting, I don't know what that means. Something's happening with our recording. Oh, I bet because my other video is uploading.
So basically all you're doing is just deleting that and typing in whatever text you want.
And isn't that weird that as I'm trying to show you guys, it's not doing it because something's bogging down with my computer. Oh, that's what happened. My other link that I made is
still open.
Showed up there. Okay, let's see now if it'll let me do it. No, it's not letting me. All right, so that's what always happens when we try to do that. So I could move this. I do not know what this thing is doing. Oh, there it goes. So I can move the box. I can do challenge group. I can then, from there, I can change the font because it's too big. Size, I can change whatever lettering I want. You can make it look like whatever you want to do, okay? Then you can obviously add this as smaller, just starts out just as a smaller text. It's not really any different than that last one, except it's smaller. And then you are going to do the same thing. Say February. And then I want a different font. And that size is fine, whatever. And then you simply just continue to do that. Now, the other thing, if you get really creative, I try to spend time places where it's going to be beneficial. You can get bogged down here and spend days here, and it's not like technically this is not growing my business. This is simply going to be a banner on a challenge group that probably nobody's really going to spend a lot of time looking at, right? So you kind of want it to be there and you want it to catch people's eyes, but don't spend all your time here. But you can, when we create banners like for a sneak peek for coaching, obviously put a little bit more attention to that. But you can do a lot of neat things, like you can add shapes, and you can get, you can get creative with these. So that, I want to do that. Then but wait a second, I don't want this triangle over the top of my wording. I can't see my wording. Oops, this little box is in the way here. Whoops. So I want to go to arrange, and I want this, I want the challenge group to be in forward and not backwards. And so now it shows up over the top. I say, oh, this triangle's too big. I want it to be small. I mean, you're just playing. All right. And then the most important thing is, okay, I get done. I want to download this. And it's just going to download it as a PNG ping. I keep getting in the way here. And I'm going to download it. And on my Mac, it's going to come up. And it's going to tell me, where did it go? Oh, here, I think this is it, yeah. And it's gonna name it. It's gonna pick up basically whatever wording you put in there. And I'm gonna tell it where I want it to go. On my computer, I want it to go to my downloads. I wanna name it something that I'm gonna be able to find it. So I try to group things together, challenge group banner, February, challenge group banner, March, because my downloads file has got so much junk in it that if I don't, I can't find anything. Then all I do is I save that. And then when I get to Facebook, and again, that's probably a whole nother thing, but when I get to Facebook, I've saved that to my downloads. When I get to create my new group in Facebook, it's going to give me as one of the screens, to place your picture into the banner. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my downloads. I'm going to pick up that document and I'm going to drop it onto the new group that I've created. So does that make sense, you guys?
Yes.
Okay. So just playing. There's nothing, I haven't even done a tutorial or anything in here. You can do layouts. This one thing here with the layouts is kind of neat. You can do, just see if I can get to the end. I don't know why they do it at the end, but you can do like a collage, for example. It'll show you how you can lay out different Let's see if I can get there. Why it does it all the way at the bottom. Anyway, it'll give you options. Say if you want to have your own picture on this side and 2 other pictures here and there, you can do that. So weird. They so buried at the bottom. Anyway, but you can do that anyway. Let me show you. Let me just show you. So let me go back. Say I'm going to create something new. Again, I'm going to go back to Canva. I'm going to create a design. I'm going to do a Facebook post. And then I am simply going to upload. I want to use my own pictures. So I can do that one, I can do that one, and I can do that one. And then they're all there. I've been making banners for our groups for the year. So our ab challenge, our squat challenge.
Love it.
But you can see how you have a lot of freedom to kind of just be creative, do whatever you want to do. Again, if I wanted to do background. Anyway, so it's just fooling around. All right. So that is a very, very, very quick tutorial on Canva.
Cool.
And then let me just go this other one. As you guys start to run challenge groups, Canva, you want to leave? Yes, I want to leave. Don't want to save that. As you guys run challenge groups, one thing that's going to become very important is a website called Hootsuite. And Hootsuite is a scheduling program. I use Hootsuite. Kendra uses Sendable. They basically do the same thing. They allow you to schedule things in advance so that, like last night, I sat down in front of TV with my family, and it was my time to schedule the week 3 of the New Year, New You challenge group. And I just sat in 30 minutes, I scheduled the whole week. And so you can see here, this is my scheduled post for New Year, New You. And here's all the posts for the week.
Oh, cool.
And they're done. And I don't have to think about it. I don't have to, that's one, in 30 minutes, I could knock it all out instead of spending 5 minutes, 10 minutes every day going in, cutting and pasting. It's easier when you're already on the website, you're already there. You just get the whole thing scheduled out. It's really, really helpful. And so Kendra and I do that. We take turns posting, as you know, and so that's what we both do on Sunday nights is just get our weeks scheduled. And actually, we're going to even simplify that. Kendra, right now, we've always gone, okay, who's week 2? Oh, who's week 3? And we just agreed, as we're doing this now, I'm always going to be preseason, week 2, and week 4. And she's always going to be week 1, week 3, and week 5. We're like, whoa, it only took us this much time to figure that out. But then I'm even having to deal with even less posts. I always am looking at the same post. I always know what needs to be said. So when you go, the hardest thing about Hootsuite, or the most time consuming, is probably when you first go in and you first sign up. So I am obviously not, my computer jumped right past those steps, but you will simply go on like anything else. You're going to put in your email and you're going to create an account. I would suggest just there's a free account for Hootsuite. And then I now have an account where I think I pay $99 a year, but you don't need to do that until you are posting in at least 3 groups or in at least 3 different pages. Once you get beyond 3, you have to pay. But Hootsuite allows you to post in 3 groups for free. So if or what happens once our groups start overlapping, right? For example, we have 2 groups going on right now, two January groups. And actually, we have our Coach Basics group, right? The alumni, look at all these groups I have. The New Year, New You, January Coach Basics, alumni page. I've got my own personal pages on here. This is our couples group. So it just got to a point where I needed to have more because I was posting in more groups. But you wouldn't need to worry about that for a little while. So for now, stick with the free version. Oh, hello. Where'd it go? Oh, I hate when that happens. I shot it right off my screen and I don't know where it went. Okay. The thing that you're going to need to learn, and this is just take a little bit of time. When you first get there, you're going to have no groups, right? You haven't set these all up yet. And that is probably the only other piece that takes a little bit of time. And all you're going to do is you're going to go here. You're going to add a social network. And you are going to add Facebook because you're looking for a Facebook group. And then you want to tell your computer to connect with Facebook. I had a little problem. I ended up having to call customer service to get through a bug when I set this up. It shouldn't be complicated, but then it's going to link you to Facebook. And it's going to ask me, which Facebook accounts do you want to add? It knows now that it's linked to Facebook that I am an admin in all of these groups. And so it's telling me, which of these groups do you want to now add to your Hootsuite account? And most of these are old groups, closed. And so obviously I have right now all the ones that I need, but if you guys are new, I mean, Beth Ann, you, for example, just became an admin of the group starting today, or it's just starting. You would go through and you would select that group. I don't have the option here. Oh yeah, Resolution U.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
I don't even have that one selected yet because I haven't been doing the posting. Amethyst and Dana are doing the posting, so I haven't even got that set up in my Hootsuite yet. So I could select that. All right, and then it would create a column like this for you. Okay, then this is really pretty straightforward. To create a post now in Hootsuite, I'm going to start over here. I'm going to pick which of my groups I want it to go in. Again, whichever one, it always defaults to my personal account, and I deselect that typically. But say I'm going to do one in New Year, New You, which there it is right there, okay? That's the group I want to post in. I am going to say in this one, test. I want to add a picture. Okay, that's just this paper clip. I'm going to choose a picture to add to it. It just disappears. You just keep it. If you don't hover over it, it kind of disappears. The only thing that's tricky is with Hootsuite, you cannot add, although it looks like you cannot add more than one picture to a post. If you select this one and put your other picture there and you think it looks really great, and then you schedule it, what will happen the morning that pops up, it will say test, 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 and it will have this picture. And then there'll be a second post that will say test, 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 and it will have this picture. And I did that before. Well, what the heck? Both of those didn't show up. For whatever reason, they won't post the two in the same one. So if you're dying to have two pictures, then you're going to have to go like to Canva and create a collage and put those two pictures together on one document or something. But for our purposes, one picture is typically fine. The other thing is you cannot, just in the same respect, you cannot do a link to an article and a picture showing through at the bottom. Like sometimes, if we were to, let me show you. Let's see. I'm going to go real quick and just show you. For example, I just did this last night. I'm going to go to my back office. I'm going to go to the challenge group information and scripts, 6-week challenge group script. So last night I was posting an article. It's going to open up for me. Okay, so let's see. I'm in week. These are our scripts for our challenge group, and I'm blowing through this. I know. I'm sorry. Let me see if I can go to where I was last night. Oh, here we are. Oops, I'm way ahead here. So we started today was day 15 in our challenge group. Okay, so for example, okay, here's a great one. This was day 16 I posted for tomorrow. I'm going to copy and select this whole thing that's from the script. I'm going to copy it, and then I am going to drop it into my Hootsuite. And I'll show you, if you have a link in here, it's going to generate automatically a link of that particular article. So because I had that link in the body of my post right here, it automatically generated this. Now, sometimes I leave the article and just leave that, and so people can see that the article is there and they click on the article. But a lot of these, I don't care so much about this showing through. I wanted to put an inspirational picture. I can't do both. So I delete the link here. It didn't delete it from here. It's still in the body of the text, and it will still show up blue as a link. But I want to add a picture instead. I'm going to go in just whatever picture. If you go to, I'll show you guys. If you go to Dropbox, to our Beachbody shared directory, to our challenge group, there's a folder here called Challenge Group Script Pics.
Oh, okay.
And then let's see, the picture that went with that article, we tried to label them all. Week 2, week 2, week 2. Let's see, week 3, it was this one. Week 3, Inspire. Choose that. Oops. And now it's linked it. Okay, so it's attached. And then from here, all you do is you go to the calendar and you tell it, okay, I want this to be scheduled for next Monday, which is the 30th. I want it to post at 5 a.m. And I typically do 5 a.m. I know that shows up a little later for you, Beth Ann, but 5 a.m. pretty much captures everybody else. It gets posted before everybody else is up. And so when they come on to Facebook, it's there. I suppose I could do it earlier. I don't know why. I've always just done 5 a.m. So then I go 5 a.m., make sure it's a.m., not p.m. Okay, so then I double check it, January 30th at 5 a.m. Okay, I've got my post. I always make sure I read again. Beth and Kim, you know that I sometimes have skipped, you miss stuff. You realize, oh shoot, I didn't change the name of the challenge group, or, something will say 6 weeks and it's supposed to be 5 weeks because we've changed it since we put the script together, whatever. So read through it, looks fine. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to schedule it. And this is important to know. You guys can do this on your personal page. You can do this for your personal account. If you want to do a motivational picture every day at 3 o'clock and you don't want to have to every single day think about it, you could come in here and schedule a whole bunch of them. You could come in here and say, oh, every day at 3 o'clock I'm going to create this, or it doesn't have to, whatever time you want to do it, but that's one less thing you have to think about. You can just say, I'm going to sit down today and I'm going to work through posts, and I'm going to schedule a whole bunch of posts for the week, and that'll save me time. Or I'm going on vacation and I don't want to be bothered. Like for example, I'm going to Disneyland this weekend. I don't want to be bothered with, what am I going to post in the middle of my day when I'm at Disneyland? And so I could go ahead and just schedule some posts that I don't even have to think about it. And so now the last thing you want to do is you want to go, okay, new year, new you. That was the group that I scheduled it in. I scheduled it for January 30th. Okay, January 30th, 5 a.m. There it is. It shows up in my scheduled posts. And so now I know that it's there. And so I know now all week these are going to post at 5 a.m. every day. All right, and so this one I'm just going to now go in. I'm going to
delete it.
Delete it. Whoops. I think I have to delete it here. Delete it. That's it.
Cool.
Like I said, it's super helpful. You can have multiple things, multiple groups being posted and scheduled, and it really does help with time efficiency to be able to do them. And like I said, it's just a Sunday night chore that I always do, but it saves me a ton of time throughout the week. Alrighty?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let's wrap this up. I'm going to stop that. All right, I am going to end this one, and we will start one more link, and so we can have a different topic on a different link. So I will say goodbye, and then we will get on the next link in our final training.
Okay.
Ready? Bye.